What's up, everyone? It is your girl GLB87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna try some stuff from my Sephora haul. Finally, I know, right? It took me forever to make this video, but I was like, I want to make it over the weekend where I could do like kind of a wannabe wear test on the stuff, if you will. Now we are gonna try one product that isn't from Sephora that I just got in the mail recently. It's the Sigma Soft Focus Setting Powders. So I'll get into those a little bit. I've been testing them for like the last couple of days actually, so it's not like it's new to me. I think I wore them Thursday and Friday because today is Saturday. I'm so sad it's Saturday though, because that means, you know, the weekend is coming to an end, and you know, that means I gotta go back to work and I'm not feeling it. But yeah, so we're gonna start off with this primer, and this is the Glow Wish by Huda Beauty Blur Jam. Now I got this because of the recommendation of Stephanie or Babs Beauty here on YouTube. She was raving about how wonderful she liked this primer. She said she liked it better than some of the other primers that I was talking to her about. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, try it out. So I'm gonna zoom y'all in real quick and keep. It says you have to keep this little tab on it for it to say fresh. So I'm like, okay. I think it's a trash truck, y'all. So my apologies if it is. So I'm gonna just take what's on here to start off with and see how it goes. I'm gonna do a little here, a little here. I'm gonna put it all over face. Normally I would just, you know, put it on the area of my pores, but I'm like, we're just gonna try it everywhere, bro. Why not? It's here, we're here. Everyone's here and available. Y'all know the deal. So I'm gonna just put it everywhere. So I see what she means about it having this weird like skincare silicone feel to it. I mean, sorry, not silicone, but like moisturizer-esque feel to it, because it's definitely giving me that off the bat, just rubbing it in. So I'm like, that's interesting. And I'm trying to rub it on the pores to make sure they look as smooth as possible, y'all. I put on a whole bunch of vitamin C and the vitamin C brightening face mask this morning to try to get rid of some of these dark spots, because I swear I feel like they're popping up everywhere. But it probably helps if I remember to put my sunscreen on every day. And a lot of times I forget, so that's, you know, kind of a me thing. But a lot of times I don't wash my like face before I put on my makeup when I'm going to work, because like I wash my face when I go to bed, and then when I get up and I'm getting ready for work after I pick my son up from school, I use it and wash it, because I'm like, you know, I'm kind of tired because I don't get full 8 hours of sleep every day like everyone else does. And then on the weekends I don't either, because, you know, I have to try to do what we're doing now. So yeah, so this feels good. I like it so far. I mean, I'm not surprised. I like this. It's something Stephanie recommended, and I usually like just about whatever Stephanie recommends. So the foundation we're gonna go in is my Power Fabric from Giorgio Armani, just because, you know, I don't have a new foundation. There was no new foundations that interested me during the sale that I just waited on. I was thinking about getting the Westman Atelier tint, but then I was just like, I can't do that, just because I can't pay $60-some for a tint. It's just in my, I can't. So sorry, no. I could barely pay that much for the foundation, like stick, but I got that on sale and I still wasn't that crazy about getting it initially until Tina Fancy Face talked about it. So I think she got the Westman Atelier tint and her Sephora haul, if I remember correctly. I don't know, so don't quote me, but I'm just like, I'm not excited or ecstatic to get it. I think my son is downstairs playing Grand Theft Auto or something like that on his video game. I'm not sure though, because he was telling me that his what's the thing, like his hotspot was low, and so was mine. Like it says it's at 75% already, and I'm like, I need to make it last till December the 3rd. So it's like, it seems like I'm gonna just be editing videos here and not actually here. Okay, so I did not prepare properly. I did not bring a foundation brush in here, so we're gonna use, well, I didn't bring one that I usually use in here, so we're just gonna improvise with this brush. This is supposed to be for blush and bronzer, but I'm using this for foundation today. So and this is from Andrea Renee's Peach and Lily collection. It's the brush collection she had with a black British brush company. I don't know if they're in existence anymore or not. I haven't seen them post on social media in forever, and I do follow them, but it's like I just didn't see anything come from them in a really long time. So I'm kind of just like, do they exist? I don't know. So let's had it in with my sponge. Believe it or not, y'all, lately I've been bad about not washing stuff as soon as I get done with it. I don't know what's going on, other than, like I said, me just being tired. And the tiredness trying to wear it on me, so I'm like, yeah, I'm not. Because a lot of times I like leave here and I wash it. But then like when I come back another day, I wash this stuff. But then I'll always be like a new set of stuff to wash. Because, you know, I have to do a video. So I'm just like, honey. Just, So this is what the foundation is looking like. Still looks good. Still looks nice. To me, this is just the oily skin version of Luminous Silk, for like the oily skin friendly version of Luminous Silk. Which Luminous Silk looks kind of, you know, on people's like my with oily skin. So this is the Milk Makeup Future Fluid All Over Cream Concealer. I have the shade 200. I showed y'all that before, but you know, for the video purpose, I want to show it again. I meant to get this when it was first out. I forgot what happened. I think I just didn't care as much. But then I heard too much mouth of Shayna here on YouTube talking about it. And then I heard Morgan Turner talking about she's been using it most of the year. So I was like, two different people with two different skin types. Because Morgan has dry skin. Shayna has oily skin like I do. Well, I have oily combination. But the fact that both of them were talking about it so highly, I was like, well, maybe I'll get it during the sale. Because it's like, y'all know me, I love to try a complexion product. So this is what the shade looks like. It's awfully light. This doe foot is actually really weird and chubby, but let's try out how it goes. Oh. I like me a light under eye, but I feel like this might even be a little too light for me. Well, no, it looks about the same shade as the tan one from, what's her name? Charlotte Tilbury. It looks like the shade I got from Charlotte Tilbury, so it looks about right. It does feel really creamy on the skin. I do feel like it looks kind of thick though, putting it on. Maybe it's just me. Do y'all think it looks thick while I'm putting it on? Because I didn't even dip into it that much, but I feel like it's a really thick consistency. But it is supposed to be creamy, so maybe that's why it looks so thick. Because it doesn't feel like really thick and heavy on the skin. It just, I feel like it looks like it's really thick and heavy on the skin. On my first impression, just putting it on. But you know, we'll see how it wears, because how it looks doesn't matter as much as how it wears. I'm so happy y'all only got to film like 2 videos today, because I filmed last night. I got one ranking video I was going to do, but I'm like, I'll save that for another day, because I haven't even like put the palettes in order, and they say it's supposed to start snow stories here in Chicago today, and I got to do a project in the garage at my house when I get home. So I'm like, yeah, we're trying to rush through. So I'm only going to do like one of my eyeshadow versus videos, and then I'm going to do my what do you call it, palette rewind video I was going to do, and then I'm going to call it a day. We ain't doing nothing else, because I got all the other stuff to do. I got to go mail off Erica's package, because I still haven't done that. I know. It's just a week of me trying to like mentally relax and trying not to do too much of anything. I mean, I have filmed more than I expected to, because I didn't plan on like filming all week. I planned on only filming certain days, but I don't think I filmed what do you call it, what was it? I don't think I filmed I think 1 or 2 days this week I didn't film. So it wasn't like I filmed every single day. Normally I would use a brush and then go in with like a sponge over it. So we'll see how it goes with just the sponge. Because normally I would push the brush in to push the product in some more, and then go in with the sponge. But as you can see, we're just doing a sponge. So I'm a little bit outside of my normal routine, but it's not that big a deal. I have washed the brush I used for concealer underneath the eyes. And then I can't find my contour brush that I use to contour my nose, even though it's supposed to be a concealer brush from Too Faced, but I don't like to use it for that. So, but yeah, I think it looks nice and bright and dewy and fresh. I think it covered up my dark circles pretty well, but for once I don't have a whole bunch of dark circles, because I've actually been able to sleep. I know, right? Who am I? I'm seriously trying to figure out where that brush went for my contour for my nose, because it's like I know I pulled it up, but it's like I don't see it anywhere. I'm trying to understand why I can't find it. Anyway, let's get into these soft focus powders. So I am so excited. My girl Karen Harris finally got a collab, and it was with Sigma Beauty here. So they gave her, you know how they let people make the bundles of like products that already exist that they like. But you know, I feel like Karen's been doing this for quite a while, and I'm just glad she got some recognition. So I'm not sure if you can use her code Cage Makeup to like get an additional discount. I feel like you should though, because it's like you'd be using her code on her product, so it wouldn't be like she still wasn't getting the kickback from you using a code. I feel like you should be able to. Don't quote me. That's something you'd have to go on Karen's channel, ask, or go on her community tab, post about it, or her Instagram post about it, and do it. Investigate. But y'all know my thirsty behind will be buying one. I might buy two because I was thinking about putting one in my Christmas giveaway. So this is what the powder is looking like. I think it looks pretty nice. I've been using it, like I said, the last couple of days, and I've been here for it. You know, like it looks really nice and soft. Ha ha ha. On the face, I've been using it with this brush actually. Y'all know I normally use a sponge, but my sponge was dirty, and so I was like, I'm just use this brush, and it's been working out pretty well actually, which I'm shocked about because I didn't think that the brush was gonna do it for me underneath the eyes. I felt like it was, you know, not gonna give enough like powder and coverage of powder underneath the eyes, so I was kind of concerned in that regard, but you know, it's working out pretty well. I'd like to see more smaller creators get like collabs look, because I'm like, I feel like for a while, y'all remember like a few years in the 2000s, there's only been collabs like 5 YouTubers, and it's like there are millions of YouTubers on the platform, and you know, hundreds of thousands of thousands I'm sure they like do makeup content. So the fact they kept using them same 5 girls was getting on my nerves. I'm like, look, other girls exist, why don't you try using some of them instead of, you know, like the same 5 people you just keep in your rotation. And even some of the bigger influencers. But it's like, I feel like sometimes when you speak on certain things, people don't want to like take a chance on you because, you know, they're scared you might say something that they don't like or that they feel like will make their brand look bad, and then they don't want to do that. I'm not saying that about Karen, I'm saying about some other creators, because I feel like, for example, like Jackie Anna, even though she's a huge creator on this platform, she hardly gets like any collabs on anything, and I feel like it's because she speaks openly about, you know, well, racism in the community and how, you know, a lot of opportunities and a lot of things that people do aren't okay when it comes to people of her skin tone. So sometimes I feel like you miss out on opportunities just for, you know, being yourself and being honest, but at the same time I don't feel like you should not really be yourself and be honest when it comes to speaking on things. I mean, we know I'm not gonna do that. And if it's like, if I just stay in the position I am because of it, then so be it. But it's like, I'm not gonna phone kick it and deal with y'all just for somebody to tell me a reaction. I was like, I'm sorry, we're not doing that. Some things I just don't feel like you should compromise just for the sake of, you know, your career. So it's like, I'm gonna just be honest, and if you don't like it, then, you know, maybe don't do it again, but don't think I'm not gonna speak on it, especially pertaining to something that has to do with me, because I'm gonna say something. We know me, I'm gonna say something. And you probably not gonna like what I'll say, but like I always say, if you didn't do it, there wouldn't be anything to speak on. So maybe don't do it. But I'm just glad that I'm seeing smaller creators getting, you know, let's get back to what I was actually talking about. I'm just glad I'm seeing smaller creators getting acknowledged for stuff, and, you know, as opposed to a lot of huge creators, a lot of the same few huge creators. Like, for a while it was like I Love Slaughter E and Makeup Shaylin. It's like, that's nice and all, but it's like there are more creators than the two of them. And oh crap, y'all also supposed to use the Dior foundation powder instead of that. Dang it. Well, I just used this in the video with the Gucci matte primer, because it's like I'm doing a video on that too. So we'll just leave this here for another time, which sucks because it's like I want to take it home and try to use it. I'm going to use the Gucci foundation with that. I'm trying to decide if I should leave the Milk Makeup Concealer here for that time too. But it's like, since you already saw it on camera, do you really need to see it again? No. Plus, I really want to use these Sigma powders on camera because I want to take them home and like use them this week when I got to go to work. So that works. I'm going to just take this with a Daily Defense Makeup Mist from e.l.f. to sink the powders in. Y'all know the drill. I learned this trick from Rachel Loves a long time ago, but I still do it to this day because I feel like it just helps going the makeup to your skin faster. And this looks so nice and soft on the skin, and my skin looks so smooth thanks to that primer that Stephanie or Babs Beauty here on YouTube recommended and talked about. I'm like, yeah, the pores are looking nice and, you know, not like craters. And then this powder is making a nice soft wash over the face. Cause look at my face. Like, it don't look like I got a whole bunch of pores, and it just looks like I have a nice soft glowing focus here. So yes, Okay, yes. I mean, I know Karen talked about this powder being really nice, and then she talked about, what else was it? There's one other thing she talked about. Because I think they had correctors in the collection too. I didn't get the correctors just because I don't really use correctors that often. I mean, I probably should, but I don't. Let me see. What shade do I want to use? It's a purpley shade I think I use. Yeah, this one. So I'm using the shade Truth. And these are the Rare Beauty bundles that they had. So from what I hear, these go over powder pretty nice because I haven't used them really long time. I only have like one little sample size. So I'm like, we're going to see how this goes. And hopefully it goes with the eye look I'm doing. I don't think it will, but you know, it kind of doesn't matter. So let's just pop it on top and see what it does. Y'all, me did not come prepared at all with any of the proper brushes for this. Like, none. Let's see. I got this blush brush from, what do you call it? Morphe. I guess we can try this one. Yeah, I mean, I did not put myself at all. I just sat down like, we're filming, la, la, la. So let's blend this out. It's actually really soft and really nice. I figured that would be nice because I felt like the one for underneath the eye, the setting powder was really nice. So I figured this one would be nice as well. Yeah, it's blending out nicely and easily. With these are the new vegan tool brushes they came out with. And y'all know I don't be plugging Morphe, but I actually really like this collection of brushes. They're soft and nice and feel really good. So working when it comes to color, I really like this color. Like, I would even get this one in a full size in the future, perhaps. We'll see. But since I don't use cream blush that often, I feel like it wouldn't make a lot of sense for me. But if you like cream blush and you like this tone, I definitely think you would like this formula because it blends out really easily. Y'all saw I let it sit there for a little while I figured out my brush situation, and then it dried out immediately. Like, so I like that about it, and I'm liking this scent so far. So far so good. Okay. Now we got this set, so I'm going to use the one for highlighter. Obviously I'm not going to use Pinkasm because people say that's more of a blush, although I feel like that would look nice on my skin tone underneath the with a like cream, sorry, with a powder rose gold highlight on top. I feel like Pinkasm would be nice, but they say it's supposed to be a blush, so I'm like, okay. And then this highlighter is in the shade Spotlight. My only concern with this is because it's like that ashy white light color. I might have to set something on top of it, so I might set something on top of it. We'll see. So let's get into this highlighter now and see how it goes. I have not ever used one of these, so I'm scared about messing up my makeup, but you know, we're gonna be brave and put it on my face. So let's see. So I'm just dabbing it on both sides here. And my whole thing is, do you like blend these in with your finger, or like what exactly am I supposed to blend these in with? And is this gonna be deep enough for my skin tone? Follow-up question. About to find out. And I'm gonna just tap it in on my finger for right now, just to see how that works. I feel like I've seen people do it with their finger. I don't know. I knew it wasn't gonna give me like a really intense glow, because you know that's not what Charlotte Tilbury is known for. So it's like I went in knowing it wasn't probably gonna be all that, and I was gonna have to put like a highlighter on top of it. I'm taking some and putting it underneath my brow bone, because you know, I normally put my highlighter on my brow bone if you haven't noticed. So my eyes like super red, if y'all can't tell, like the red dye from eyeshadow versus I did yesterday. So I'm gonna take this Morphe brush and just put a highlighter on top of this, just because this one on its own is not gonna be enough for me. I'm gonna take a classic if I can get to it, because there's some stuff in this drawer, child. Why you have to make this package so bulky, person? Damn. So I'm gonna take the classic molten gold from Maybelline. Remember when everybody was using this highlight? Like, this was the best drugstore highlighter on demand, next to the Essence what was it, the baked one that they had. Like, everybody was using this Maybelline one. I was never really big on the Maybelline one, not because the quality was bad, it was just because, you know, we know I'm a bougie and high maintenance girl, so I figured it'd be fun to pull it out and use it. Plus I feel like it would go nice with the color of the Charlotte's Tilbury what is it, spotlight highlighter wand thing. So that's why I picked this color palette. Okay, so I'm noticing the highlighter's just catching on like the wet place, and it didn't go up, so I have to go back in and like dip in to get highlight anywhere else. So I don't know how I feel about that, because it's like, it seems like it just sticks in one place and it doesn't like move around when you sit it on top of it. But you know, this is an older highlighter, so I'm really concerned about that problem. So I'm gonna just take it down the middle of the face, because I'm not gonna put the liquid down the middle of the face. I just don't feel like being bothered. So I want y'all to see what it looks like, and you did, so yay. I think that's pretty much all I have. I had ran off and left all my lipsticks at home, so I ran off and left the Gucci lipsticks at home. And the only other thing I have to try is the eyeliner from, what's his face, One Size Beauty, but I'm not doing that on camera right this second, because I told you I got 2 eyeshadow things to do. So I will try this in another video. You'll see it in another video. We'll try the mascara and the highlighter, but let's talk about what I tried right now, just off first impressions. I might come back and give y'all the end of the night look over what I put on my face right now. So let's back it on up and talk about my thoughts about some of this stuff. So I like the blush just fine. The concealer seems like it's gonna be okay. We'll have to see how it wears throughout the day, because since it's supposed to be a hydrating one, my concern is, because it's hydrating, is it gonna start creasing after a while, especially once, you know, it actually warms up to my face. That's my main concern with this. These powders from Sigma, I actually really like these. I mean, I don't know why I was doubting about getting them. I think it was just because of the price point, because sometimes I feel like with Sigma's price point and me not being sure about the product, I'm just kind of like, ooh, I don't know, because I haven't really tried a whole bunch of complexion stuff from them. Matter of fact, I think this is their first complexion type thing. Don't quote me, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like, because of that, I was just kind of like, I don't know. But the concealer seems like it's pretty good. I'm in love with the primer on my first time using it. I'm just wondering how it's going to wear throughout the day, because since I have oily skin, it might be like I have to only put it where my pores are and put a mattifying one somewhere else. But I'm figuring because it's winter, it should be okay for right now. The blushes, I already knew about the Rare Beauty blushes and that they were nice and easy to blend out. So that's something I already knew about as well. It was just more of trying the new colors I got on camera. I liked the color that I tried in particular. I really like mauve-ish blushes like this tone, especially this time of year, so I'm happy with that. But that's pretty much all we have to talk about for right now. So I'll check in with y'all later if I remember to. If I don't, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all the diamonds. Comment down below and tell me if you're excited about the next try on haul we gonna do, because I'm excited to try that Gucci primer out. It's 60 bucks and I need to know, is it worth it? I need to know. And it's Dior foundation powder, because I should have tried that sooner, but forgot. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all the diamonds. If I come back later, okay, but I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye. So I've returned after many hours where in my socialite Sandy voice, I actually looked at my face before I sat down. So bravo me, because I usually don't ever do that. I usually sit down and so I've returned. And as you can see, I have, but I actually looked at my face and patted off the oil so I didn't look crazy on camera. Let me zoom in a little bit closer there, girl, so you look at it. I'm actually really impressed with the concealer. I didn't think it was gonna last as long as it did. What is this on my nose? Anyway, I didn't think it was gonna last as well as long as it did, considering it's a, you know, hydrating concealer. I thought it would wear way underneath the eyes a little bit. I think I just got black eyeshadow on my face, because I keep finding these black spots on my face, but it must be eyeshadow. I know some of it's hyperpigmentation, but some of it has to be dark eyeshadow as well. As far as the foundation, we not really talking about that. Y'all know that's the older foundation I had. I think I did a video on it before. Don't quote me, I might not have, but you know, if you're curious what's on my lipsticks, it's Fuel from Urban Decay, random side up. And the eyes is a palette rewind that's coming up. I used the Star Wars palette again because I hadn't used it in a really long time, and I know they restocked it, so I figured somebody might be interested in a video on it. Anyway, as far as the powders are, I'm really impressed with the powders as well. I think they did a pretty decent job. Like over here, I'm seeing where it wore off, but my son was touching my face, so that's why that's missing there. underneath the eyes. I feel like it did a good job. I feel like the primer did an exceptional job considering it's not supposed to be like for oily combination skin. It's just supposed to smooth out your pores. And mind you, I was doing work in the garage with this full face of makeup on, so it wasn't like I was just sitting in the house relaxing. I put on a mask a couple of times because I had to go a few different places to handle some business. But you know, I think everything actually looks pretty nice. The only thing I'll say is I feel like the blush is the thing that wore off the most, but I mean, like, it was very lightly pigmented because I didn't pound on a whole lot to begin with, so I can still see it on my face though, so bravo to that. Which kind of sucks though, because it's like I gotta test out the new Adept face palettes along with eye palette next after this, so I'm not necessarily excited that it wore the best for that reason, because I feel like it's not gonna get the true color of those blushes, because this blush is underneath. And we're not washing this face off again because I actually have to go back to the real world and go to work tomorrow. But I'm impressed with the way everything wore. I'm actually really impressed. The highlighter is the only thing I feel like didn't last that long. I had to reapply highlighter a few times, but if you all remember, I do a lot of eye looks, so it ended up wiping off around this area right here. As you can see down on the cheek part of my face, I feel like it still wore pretty well, and y'all remember I put the highlight on these parts of my face. So I feel like everything wore pretty well overall, considering all the stuff I went and did. Like I was building furniture in the garage, and then I had on a mask a couple of times, and it's still, I feel like you can still see everything on my face. Like you can see the blush right here, you can see the highlighter right here. So I feel like everything is seen pretty well and looks pretty amazing. I tried the eyeliner from One Size as well. I'm actually really enjoying it. That's the eyeliner I have on now. I wasn't that impressed with the mascara, but in all fairness, I had already put on like the one from Glam Light, the one from Scooby-Doo collection, before I added this on top, so I need to test it on its own to know how it really is. I told you I was going to use it, and so I did, and that's what this nice black line is over here. So I'm impressed with everything I tried in this round. I'm gonna have a second round because y'all know I have to try out the Dior powder foundation, and I need to try my Gucci primer because that thing was expensive, and I need to know and let y'all know if it's worth the tea, because Dior might have a sale at Saks Avenue or somewhere you want to pick it up, and you know, we need to know to see if it's good or not. So those are my thoughts on all the products I tried today in my Sephora try on haul. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.